Hello everyone, my name is Trilochan. As a part of our NCERT series, we are discussing 7th class geography, our environment. In this video, we are going to take up our next chapter, water. So we are celebrating World Water Day on 22nd March every year. So it indicates that we are giving so much importance to water. Water is absolutely essential for survival of all living organisms. When we look at the water cycle, we can understand how water changes its form and also how water circulates between ocean, land and atmosphere. So this is water cycle. Generally we receive insolation. Insolation is nothing but incoming solar energy. This solar energy heats up the earth's surface. When it heats up the earth's surface, water present on the land and various water bodies gets evaporate. That evaporated water becomes water vapor. Water vapor is nothing but moisture. The air which is present nearer to the earth, that means heated earth surface, gets warmer. This warmer air has the capacity to hold moisture. This moisture ladder warmer air slowly goes up because of one reason. The warmer air molecules which are present in the warmer air expands. That means the warmer air becomes less denser. When it goes up, slowly it cools down. After reaching certain height, it condenses to form clouds. Clouds are nothing but water droplets and some icy crystals as well. Dust particles which are present in the atmosphere firmly holds these water droplets and icy crystals. So when these water droplets are become too heavy to float in the air, these water droplets come to the earth in the form of precipitation. If these water droplets are in liquid form, that is called rainfall. This precipitation may be in different forms like snow, sleet or hail. We'll see distribution of water. So if you take the earth, 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered by water. How this much water got distributed on the earth's surface? Look at this one. Oceans contain 97.3% of total water. That is saline water or salty water. It is not only in oceans, even inland seas and salt lakes also contain salt water. That is saline water. So why do we call it as salt water? Because large amount of salts dissolved in this water. The major salt which is dissolved in this is sodium chloride. That is our table salt. Other sources of fresh water, 2% of fresh water is stored in the ice caps. That means polar regions and also Himalayas. The groundwater, lakes and rivers contain fresh water. Look at this one. 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered by water. So some of the important lakes, rivers and oceans and seas we are going to see. So Great Bear Lake, Great Slave Lake and Lake Winnipeg. All these are located in the North America in general, Canada in particular. And look at this one, Lake Superior, Lake Huron. These two lakes are part of Great Lakes in the North America. So what are those Great Lakes? Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. Among these 5 lakes, Lake Michigan is completely located in the USA. Canada-USA border is passing through all other 4 lakes. Salt Lake. Salt Lake is located in the USA and Mississippi River, largest river in the North America, and this river is draining into Gulf of Mexico. Look at this Caribbean Sea. Look at this Amazon River, and equator is passing through the mouths of Amazon River and it drains huge quantity of fresh water into Atlantic Ocean. Now look at here, this is Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean and Southern Ocean here, Antarctic Ocean and Indian Ocean. The Darling River which joins Murray. Murray Darling is the largest river flowing in the Australia. And look at this Lake Victoria. It is located nearer to equator. That means the equator is passing through this region. And Nile River is originating in this place. Okay, near to the Lake Victoria. And Nile River is draining into Mediterranean Sea. And Niger River is draining into Gulf of Guinea, and Congo River is draining into Atlantic Ocean. Mediterranean Sea, and this one is Orange River. Danube River, originating in the Black Forest of Germany, drains into Black Sea. And look at this Caspian Sea. Caspian Sea is an inland sea. I was talking about inland saline seas also. So Caspian Sea is an inland sea, that is, we can also call it as a lake because it is completely surrounded by land, because it is not a open sea. And look at this Brahmaputra and Ganga River. These rivers are draining into Bay of Bengal. Look at this Hoangho, the East China Sea, South China Sea. Look at this Coral Sea. This is how water distributed on the earth's surface. If you look at the movement of water, ocean water keeps moving continuously. It is quite opposite when we look at the water in ponds and lakes. Depending upon the movement of water in the ocean, we categorize these movements into three. One is wave, next one, another one tide, third one current. That means waves, tides and ocean currents. Wave. What is a wave? Alternate rise and fall of water on the surface of the ocean is called wave. So how these waves are formed? Waves are formed when gentle wind scrapes across the ocean surface. That means waves are directly proportional to wind. So that means when there is a strong wind, automatically that results into the formation of bigger wave. During storms, wind blows at maximum speed. That means automatically huge waves formed during storm. It is not only wind which forms wave, and there are some forces, geomorphic forces, which are responsible for formation of waves. These geomorphic forces are earthquake, volcanic eruption and underwater landslide. These three geomorphic forces displace huge amount of water. So naturally it forms a huge wave, that is huge tidal wave called tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word which literally means harbor wave, because these waves generally destroy harbor. On 26th December 2004, there was a tsunami which struck havoc in the Indian Ocean. And what was the reason behind the formation of tsunami? The tsunami was formed because of the earthquake. That earthquake had its epicenter nearer to the western boundary of Sumatra island of Indonesia. The magnitude of tsunami was 9.0 on the Richter scale. And what was the reason behind this earthquake? India plate went under Burma plate. That created some kind of landslide. Ocean floor got displaced because of this tectonic activity. It was displaced by 10 to 20 meters when it tilted downwards, and it created a gap. When there was a gap, automatically water rushed to fill that gap. When water rushed like this, immediately water mass which is present near the coastal regions of South Asia and Southeast Asia starts withdrawing. So after some adjustment, there was again the water rushed towards coastal region. This was a killer wave, that is a destructive wave. Tsunami traveled at 800 kilometers per hour. Tsunami washed away many islands, some of the islands in the Indian Ocean, and it also submerged parts of some islands. Southernmost tip of India is Indira Point. It is located in the Great Nicobar Island of Andaman and Nicobar Islands in general, Nicobar Islands in particular. So look at the lighthouse of Indira Point. So look at the base where it is located before tsunami. So after tsunami, so look at the base. Indira Point completely submerged. Base of this lighthouse permanently inundated. And look at this picture, how this tsunami impacted Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And it is not only that region, coastal regions of Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala also affected. Tsunami killed thousands and destroyed a huge property. Death and destruction due to this tsunami was maximum because of the lack of monitoring and lack of knowledge, and also lack of the early warning systems. Early warning systems are not in place in the Indian Ocean region. Generally, Indian Ocean region experience less tectonic activity when compared with the Pacific Ocean. It is very difficult to predict earthquake in advance, but it is always possible to give notice of a potential tsunami. That means generally when there is tectonic activity under sea, what happens? Water mass from the coastal region starts withdrawing. This is all about wave. Next movement of ocean water is tide. What are tides? Rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water is called tide. Tide generally occur twice in a day. Tides are of two different types. One is higher tide, another one lower tide. What is higher tide? Generally in higher tide, water rises to a highest level. When water rises to a highest level, this water generally covered the maximum area of the shore. During low tide, water falls to a lowest level. That means when water falls to a lowest level, water withdraws from the shore. What is the reason behind the formation of tide? Gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the surface of the earth is the reason behind the formation of tides. And there are two different tides are there. One is neap tide, another one is spring tide. So spring tides generally occur during new moon day and full moon day. This is full moon day. So during full moon day, earth is located in between moon and sun, and here earth is away from this moon and sun. During new moon day and full moon day, these three, earth, moon and sun, are in the same line. That means the gravitational force of the moon and the sun combine together. When these two forces combine together, tides would naturally reach a height more than the normal tide. So these tides are called spring tides. And in neap tide, the position of moon and sun are at right angles. That means tide producing forces act in opposite direction. That means they act in right angles. So naturally, the tide producing forces influence the height of the tide is much less than the normal tide. This tide is called neap tide. By looking at this picture, we can understand that position of the sun and the moon are so important. These positions are responsible for this neap tide and spring tide. And neap tides generally form in the first and the last quarter of the month. That means 7th or 8th day of every fortnight. So this is all about spring and neap tide. So high tide and low tide generally helps in generating electricity. Electricity can be generated at some specific locations like creeks. This high tide generally helps in navigation and also fishing. So now we are going to take up third ocean water movement, that is current. What is ocean current? Ocean current is nothing but a streams of water moves continuously in a definite direction. So these ocean currents are of two types. One is warm ocean current, another one is cold ocean current. Look at this one. Warm ocean currents originate in the tropical zone, that means near equator. Look at the direction from here to this direction. So cold ocean currents move from polar region to equatorial, that means the tropical region. Look at the direction. And these cold ocean currents move from higher latitudes to lower latitudes. So best example for warm ocean current is Gulf Stream. Cold ocean current is Labrador current. These currents generally influence the temperature conditions of a region. So suppose if Gulf Stream is moving in this direction, it raises the temperature of this region. And when this cold ocean current and warm ocean current meet, so this is the region these two currents are meeting. This region creates a favorable condition for fishing. There is another important disadvantage when this warm ocean current and cold ocean current meet. It forms a foggy condition. So foggy conditions are not at all favorable for navigation. So when we look at the tides, tides are helpful in navigation, but here ocean currents, when warm and cold ocean currents meet, that is not favorable for navigation. This is a Newfoundland region in the northeastern part of the North America region. And another region in the world, Oyashio cold ocean current and Kuroshio warm ocean current are meeting. Both these currents are meeting, and it is also famous for fishing, and it also creates unfavorable conditions for navigation. So these two regions are famous for fishing. And look at other important warm and cold ocean currents. So Benguela current is a cold ocean current. Look at the direction, it is coming from polar region. And here Brazilian current, warm ocean current. Falkland current is a cold ocean current, and Humboldt current, Peru current, is a cold ocean current. Look at this, Alaskan current is a warm ocean current. California current is a cold ocean current. Agulhas, Benguela, Canaries current, North Atlantic drift, all these are ocean currents. So all these ocean currents are flowing continuously in a definite direction. And we were discussing about waves, tides and ocean currents. Among these three, waves and ocean currents, the movement of water is on the ocean surface. But when you look at the tide, from surface to bottom, the entire stretch of water mass moves. This is all about water. In the next video, we'll come up with another topic. Thank you so much.